Kunal has joined us to talk about the levels and of course what to expect going ahead. Kunal, did this surprise you? Because in the morning we could see that there could be a chances of a lower opening, but then this fall, did it surprise you? It had it was a free fall. It appeared as a free fall today.
Yeah, the selling was quite intense throughout the day. In the start, I assumed that maybe I think closer to the 25,500 mark, 25,400 mark, where we opened 200 odd points on the downside. I think we could probably find some bit support for the indices, but there was incessant selling from few large cap names. So we looked at the data, for example, on the large cap front. There are 4 stocks now on the Nifty 50, and 4 of these stocks constitute almost 15% weightage for the Nifty. They are now trading below their 200 moving averages, and 3 out of the 4 names have fallen below their 200 moving averages today. So that includes the likes of Reliance, L&T, Tata Motors, as well as IndusInd Bank. These are the 4 names which are trading below the long-term moving averages. Now that generally is one point of concern, because when more number of stocks from a benchmark indices, when the proportion gets into a higher side, when the stocks break below the long-term moving averages, we see the effect coming into the benchmark indices. So my sense is that over the next couple of days, what we need to look out for is that whether there is aggravated selling into other large cap stocks, whether it trickles to the other sectors. If that happens, we could be looking at a point where the index may fall up another 250, 300 odd points at least over the very near term. So not expecting an immediate revival into the markets, but I think closer to 24,800, 24,900 is where I would peg the first support for the index.
Alright, so that's about the markets, but when you take a look at the larger IT pack as well, Kunal, what you're looking at is that in tandem with what we've been seeing with the market, we've been seeing the IT pack as well fall. So is it time to buy into the dips? Are you looking at some stocks from that particular pack then?
So, the first port of call is that whenever the markets fall into a corrective mode, drop the beta of your portfolio. And the best way to do is look out for defensive names, because defensive stocks and the ones which have low beta, they are the best ones which can shield your portfolio to a larger extent. So I think in that sense, yes, the IT index and the IT stocks on the large cap front could be something which you can bet on. So I would look out for TCS as a buy at current levels. The stock forming looks like forming a base at this 100, 4250 odd mark. So would look out for targets in the range of 4,340 for TCS, and stoppers could be kept at 4160. And the second stock which I'll be bullish on would be Jubilant Pharmova. That's a chart which is looking attractive. Over the last 1 month, we've seen an excellent pickup of price action volumes for the stock. Currently trading at 1190 approximately. Would look out for targets in the range of 1250, and stoppers could be kept at 1160 mark.
All right, so these are the 2 trades, 2 recommendations coming in from the defensive space right now. But then, of course, this is the surprising fall, and that's the, in fact, that's the second biggest fall after June 4th. That's what I was noticing. But Kunal, just to take 1 more minute, what interesting fact I was going through is that October has been seasonality very strong for Indian market, but not for the US markets. In fact, that there's the kind of data which suggests is that October is seasonally bad for US markets, and that could play out again this time.
No, I think in fact last month, October, the seasonality is not played out for our markets. Now when we looked at the data, September seasonality indicates that the Nifty closes on a negative front. But we closed on a much more positive front. We recovered from the first week of correction for the indices. So I think it doesn't come as a surprise that the markets are going through an aberration phase, where the month of October could also play out a bit different for our markets.
Okay, so should we prepare for more sell-off in the October month? At least a sign of cautiousness, what has been played out today. Thanks very much, Kunal, for the view and the 2.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits, and then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.